General Hospital spoilers. Drew Quartermaine is the worst. Ruined character needs overhaul ASAP. General Hospital, GH, spoilers reveal that Drew Quartermaine, Cameron Matheson, continues to sink lower and lower. Just when you think Drew can't get any worse, he goes and proves us all wrong. At this point, Drew doesn't even feel like the same character that Billy Miller once portrayed. GH writers have taken Drew down a disgusting path that's made him totally unrecognizable. It was bad enough when Drew kissed Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, multiple times, but then he hooked up with her in the Quartermaine playroom of all places. Drew slept with his nephew's wife while Scout Quartermaine, Cosette Abenant, was grieving the loss of her mom, Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco. Scout was struggling to cope and looking for her dad following a nightmare, but Drew was off letting passion erupt. This is a huge betrayal against Michael Corinthos, Chad Doyle, and now Drew is betraying Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, too, by going back on his word about the Aurora CEO job. Of course, we can't forget Willow has no idea Drew slept with Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watros, on several occasions. That news is sure to come as a shock to Willow down the road. Drew constantly keeps awful secrets and pretends he's an upstanding guy. The fact that Drew's making himself seem like this noble, caring politician adds to the sleaziness of it all. Drew knows exactly why Jason attacked him, but it feels like he's playing the victim. In reality, Drew deserved that beatdown and so much more for hooking up with Willow. Now Drew is about to throw a hissy fit over Jason moving in the Quartermaine mansion to be close to Denny Morgan, Asher, and Tonson. Instead of putting the kids first, Drew is going to threaten to move out with Scout if Jason lives on the property. It's just another reason why Drew is the absolute worst. This train wreck of a character just keeps heading downhill, which is why the Drew character needs an overhaul ASAP. Sadly, our predictions point to Drew continuing down this horrible road for a while, but we can hold out hope that something will change sooner or later. General Hospital spoilers say Jason and Drew have a fierce face-off coming up in the Monday, December 2 episode, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. General Hospital spoilers. Drew Quartermaine is the worst. Ruined character needs overhaul ASAP. Drew Quartermaine was once poised to be a powerhouse character in General Hospital's intricate tapestry of relationships, rivalries, and redemption arcs. But as of late, Drew has become a shadow of the man he once was, or rather, the man viewers hoped he would become. Once defined by courage and complexity, he's now adrift, stuck in poorly conceived storylines that seem to do nothing but frustrate fans. Is it time for GH to course correct and give Drew the overhaul he so desperately needs? Let's explore. The promise of Drew. A legacy of strength and sacrifice. When Drew Kane, formerly Jason Morgan's twin brother, first came to Port Charles, his story was compelling. A Navy SEAL with a heart of gold and a murky past, he had depth. From struggling with his identity to rediscovering his place in the Quartermaine family, Drew's journey was ripe with potential. He could have been a hero molded by tragedy, a man who carved his own destiny despite the chaos of his upbringing. Fans cheered for him when he found love with Sam, connected with his daughter Scout, and stood his ground against the mobsters and schemers of Port Charles. Drew represented a refreshing alternative to Jason's morally gray world of mob loyalty. But somewhere along the way, the writers dropped the ball, and Drew's character fell into disarray. A series of unfortunate storylines. Since his triumphant return from presumed death, Drew has been tangled in one contrived plot after another. First, there was the inexplicable prison storyline, where he somehow landed behind bars for Peter August's crimes. This arc lacked logic and drained Drew of his agency, turning him into a plot device instead of a protagonist. Fans couldn't understand why a Navy SEAL, a man trained in resourcefulness and strategy, seemed so helpless. Then came Drew's baffling alliance with Carly Corinthos. While Carly is a dynamic character in her own right, their partnership feels forced. Drew's endless attempts to save Carly from her latest round of self-inflicted disasters have reduced him to little more than a sidekick. Gone is the independent thinker who once stood toe-to-toe with the likes of Sonny Corinthos and Valentine Cassadine. Instead, we're left with a character whose sole purpose appears to be propping up others. And don't even get us started on the ill-fated ELQ drama. Drew's involvement in the corporate battles of the Quartermaine family should have been a highlight. After all, he's a Quartermaine by blood, and his return to the family fold could have been a source of intrigue. Yet his attempts to reclaim ELQ lacked the fire and strategy fans expected. Where was the cunning, the passion, the layers of complexity that could have made Drew a standout player in this cutthroat family feud? Chemistry wasted. Drew's lackluster relationships. Romantically, Drew's storylines have been equally disappointing. His brief flirtation with Carly felt more like a contractual obligation than a genuine connection. And while some fans rooted for sparks between Drew and Nina Reeves, the potential pairing never materialized into anything substantial. The problem isn't just the lack of chemistry, it's the lack of effort. Drew has been saddled with relationships that seem to exist purely to fill airtime, devoid of the emotional depth and conflict that make GH pairings iconic. Compare this to the fire and passion of past GHA couples: Luke and Laura, Sonny and Brenda, even Jason and Sam. Drew's love life feels like an afterthought, and it's dragging the character down. What went wrong? So how did we get here? Part of the problem lies in GH's tendency to juggle too many characters and storylines at once. In such a sprawling cast, it's easy for even promising characters to get lost in the shuffle. But Drew's mishandling goes beyond neglect. It's a case of active mismanagement. By focusing on tired tropes and contrived conflicts, the writers have stripped Drew of the qualities that once made him compelling. Another issue is Drew's lack of personal stakes. Where are the moral dilemmas, the high-stakes battles, the moments of vulnerability that remind us why we care about this character in the first place? Instead of giving Drew meaty storylines that showcase his strength and complexity, the writers have reduced him to a one-dimensional cheerleader for others. How to fix Drew Quartermaine? It's not too late to save Drew, but GH needs to act fast. Here's how the writers can turn things around. Give Drew a mission. Drew thrives when he has a purpose, whether it's a military-style rescue mission or a quest for justice. Bring back his Navy SEAL roots and let him take on a storyline that challenges his physical and emotional strength. Perhaps he uncovers a conspiracy within the WSB, or takes on a dangerous mission to protect his loved ones. Reconnect him with his past. Drew's past is a goldmine of untapped potential. Revisit his relationship with Kim Nero and his late son Oscar. How does he cope with that grief today? What lessons has he learned? Exploring these themes could add depth and nuance to his character. Make him a Quartermaine power player. The Quartermaine family is synonymous with drama, and Drew should be right in the thick of it. Let him embrace his legacy and fight for control of ELQ with cunning and determination. Pair him with Brooklyn or Ned in a battle against Valentine, and watch the sparks fly. Focus on genuine relationships. Enough with the forced pairings. Drew needs a romantic partner who complements his personality and brings out his best qualities. Whether it's a slow-burn romance with someone unexpected or a reunion with Sam, Drew's love life needs to feel organic and meaningful. Showcase his inner conflict. Drew's identity struggles were once a cornerstone of his character. Revisit those themes in a way that feels fresh and relevant. How does he reconcile his Quartermaine bloodline with his military background? What does he want out of life? These questions could form the backbone of a compelling character arc. Why Drew deserves better. Drew Quartermaine isn't just another character on the GH canvas. He's a symbol of resilience, courage, and hope. Fans have invested in his journey, and they deserve to see him live up to his potential. By giving Drew the storylines he deserves, GH can not only redeem the character, but also reignite the passion of its audience. Drew's overhaul is long overdue, but the opportunity is still there. With the right mix of drama, romance, and introspection, Drew Quartermaine could reclaim his place as one of General Hospital's most compelling characters. Here's hoping the writers take the leap, because Drew deserves nothing less.